Hey guys, it's Vanessa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to make a quick video on how I got diagnosed with Cushing's syndrome. It took me a few years to go get diagnosed, and during those times I saw a lot of doctors who kind of brushed me off and told me, oh, you know, you just have PCOS, you're just depressed, get on antidepressants, you need to go on a diet and lose some weight. And you know, they would just always like try to prescribe me birth control pills as a solution, and I did take it. So I just wanted to make a video to share some tips and advice on my process and how I got diagnosed. It went for years of me going to traditional like primary care physicians, and all of them just told me that, you know, I just need to get on antibiotics, on birth control pills, on some kind of acne regimen, and on antidepressants to help with my symptoms, but nothing ever truly like fixed the root cause of it. And I went to so many doctors, and all these doctors told me like, no, nothing's wrong with you. So I really believed them, but you know, that was just like a scary thing because nobody even was trained to look out for Cushing's syndrome or Cushing's disease. And so I went for a very long time feeling like this. Let's see. Eventually, after all these years of doctors saying no, it was very discouraging for me to even want to go see another doctor because I just felt like nobody knew what was wrong with me, and maybe I just have to live this way, you know, maybe I am just like, I just have to accept the fact that like I'm getting all these symptoms and I just have to live this way because maybe I did something wrong and I'm being punished for it. Yes, that's really how I thought, okay. There was just so much shame and guilt into being sick but not knowing that you're sick, and a lot of self-hate going on. But you know, as in my last video I shared that I finally broke down, and I was just sick and tired of living this way, and I just needed to really get down and figure out the root cause of it. So this time around I wasn't going to take no for an answer. So I finally broke down, and I did schedule an appointment to go see the endocrinologist, and he was a very well-known endocrinologist, and I'll like put his the link to his site down below if you guys ever, you know, want to go get your hormones tested. He's a really good doctor, okay? It doesn't hurt that he's handsome too. But okay, so I finally broke down and saw the endocrinologist, and it took me maybe 3 to 4 weeks to actually even get an appointment with him because he's very well known and he's a little pricier too. When I did go see him, he just took a look at me and he's like, have you ever heard of PCOS? And I was like, yeah. And you know, he's like, I think you might have that. Like, do you ever think about just getting on like birth control? And I'm like, I've done all of this already. Like, I'm sorry, like, no offense, doctor, but I've done all of this already, and I'm just so sick of hearing this, like saying that, you know, these temporary fixes, just please, if you could just test me for like everything under the sun, and I really want to get to the bottom of what's going on with me. So he agreed, you know, he tested me, he did like those basic blood hormone tests, and then actually he tested me for almost everything, okay, everything. And it was pretty pricey because I didn't even have insurance, but I was like, I don't care, I need to figure it out. So, you know, we did the basic blood panel, and then we did the hormonal blood panel too, and then my cortisol level came out high in the hormone evaluation. So he called me back to just like make sure, and I think he asked me to take a dexamethasone something suppression test. And what it is it's supposed to suppress your cortisol. I'm sorry, I don't remember what it was, but I basically took it and my cortisol was still high, and so he made me retake it like twice, right? So it was confirmed that I do have high cortisol. And you know, he looked at me and he's like, I don't think you have any symptoms that like a Cushing's patient would have. And you know, I mean, I was fairly skinnier and I wasn't like obese, and you know, but he didn't know how I looked before, so he was just guessing going off of what I looked at like at the time. And he, like, to him I didn't look like a traditional like Cushing's patient, even though if you compared like a side by side of me then and now or something, you can definitely tell I was sick. But so after that he took me back to take more tests. I did a saliva test, cortisol saliva test, and then I did a 24-hour urine test to test my cortisol too. All those did confirm that it was high cortisol. So a few weeks later, we did, what else did we do? We did a CT scan, and we did an ultrasound too of my uterus or whatever, and you know, it confirmed that I did have a lot of like cysts going on down there because I wasn't getting a period. And then eventually I did do the CT scan. Like that was like maybe a month and a half later. Like the process took forever, and it's just, okay, I'll talk about that later. But I did a CT scan of my adrenals. He did another test to see where the cortisol was coming from, if it was coming from my pituitary or my adrenal, and it was secreting from my adrenal gland. So that's when he, you know, gave me the okay to like go take the CT scan. And once I got the results for the CT scan, he sat me down and he told me, have you ever heard of Cushing syndrome? And you know, I was like, I'm not really sure. I think at one time I was on WebMD and I saw that that could have been something that I had, but I've never heard of it really before. So he told me everything about it. He told me that I need to definitely get surgery if I wanted to cure myself of Cushing syndrome. And it was just a lot of information to take in, and like the most that I worried about was just like, shit, I don't have insurance, you know, and this is gonna be a really expensive procedure. But luckily my doctor was very like well known, and he actually did a lot of is it pro bono work for our health system. So he offered me to sign up for something like a financial assistant program for my county, and I was approved for it because I was just a student at the time, and that really helped pay for my surgery and my treatments afterwards. And I'm just so blessed that like I went to go see this doctor and he told me everything I needed to know, and I met so much amazing doctors along the way and nurses that helped me to get to where I am today, like just a full recovery, and just the people in my life too that I am thankful for. So the advice that I can give is that number one, take control of your health, okay? Even though you see a lot of doctors, it's okay to go get a second opinion. Don't get discouraged. I know that I did, and it cost me a few years of, you know, figuring out getting cured for Cushing syndrome. Get your hormones checked, no matter who you are, even if you think you're perfectly healthy. I think that a lot of things are tied down to hormones. So if you have an imbalance, it could really affect everything in your life, like everything about you, you know, your moods, your sleep cycle, your period, your everything. So also bring pictures of you from when you felt healthy, okay? So the doctors can physically see the difference in you, because some people, they don't know you, so they don't know how you used to look. So that was the case with me. When I saw doctors, they thought I was fairly healthy looking because I took care of my health, I exercised, I dieted, and so that is a really important thing, I think, for you to do. Just never give up on yourself. Like years of hurting myself, hurting other people, just being like in a really negative space just because I had Cushing's, and it did teach me a lot. However, if I wasn't so discouraged in like taking charge of my health, I think I would have, had this process done a lot faster and gotten recovered faster, and then just living a normal life. But I'm just grateful for everything that happened. Everything happens for a reason, and I am here now today. Who I am and the experiences that I went through make me stronger from it. So that's basically my whole video. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to me here. And also, if you like this video, please share. I really thank you guys for watching these videos, and I can't wait to share more videos with you. All right, have a good day. Bye.